hush hangs over the horizon of your life, Capricorn, a quiet anticipation that vibrates through your bones. The mountains you have climbed, each steep path carved by discipline and endurance, now cast long shadows that stretch toward a place you have not yet dared to imagine. Your hands feel the weight of years, your heart carries the imprint of patience, yet there is a stirring, a subtle tremor beneath the rhythm of your daily routines that whispers of what is coming. The air itself seems to pulse, carrying the scent of a change that is both sudden and unavoidable. If your spirit feels this awakening, stay close, for it is a movement that will touch every chamber of your life. The key has been in your hand all along. Perhaps you did not know its power, or perhaps the world told you it was not yet time. It is warm against your palm now, humming faintly, as if it recognizes your readiness even before you do. Shadows shift along the walls of your carefully constructed reality, and you sense that what you have always longed for, the luxury, the recognition, the vehicle of your dreams, is near, vibrating just beyond the veil of sight. The mountain you thought was the summit is revealing itself as a passage, a threshold, a gate to a room filled with the rewards of your labor and the alignment of your soul with destiny. There is a real-life Capricorn whose story mirrors this invisible stirring. Jay-Z, who began in the shadows of Brooklyn, building lyrics, connections, and an empire from sheer determination, faced countless doors closed by doubt and circumstance, but he recognized the rhythm beneath the apparent chaos, the subtle signs, the opportunities disguised as setbacks. One moment, a recording session, seemed inconsequential. The next, the universe swung a door wide open, and a luxury once imagined became reality. Your journey mirrors this same pulse. What appears distant and impossible is already forming behind the veils, waiting for your recognition. Look to the Bible, where Joseph endured betrayal, confinement, and long seasons of silence. He carried his dreams with him, even in darkness, until Pharaoh's favor arrived in a sudden alignment of timing, wisdom, and action. Wealth, influence, and the tangible rewards of patience were not distant abstractions. They arrived as sudden, undeniable manifestations. Your situation resonates with Joseph's story. You have persevered, Capricorn, through seasons of shadow and storm, carrying unseen keys and walking corridors you cannot fully chart. The manifestation you desire is not fantasy, it is a pulse, a movement of alignment that has already begun in the unseen realms. Historical echoes ripple across this moment as well. Alexander the Great faced mountains, enemies, and treacherous terrain, yet he moved boldly where others hesitated. His audacity, coupled with preparation and intuition, transformed entire regions and generations. You, too, are standing at a threshold where courage must meet preparation. The mountain ahead is both barrier and bridge. The storm gathering above you is not destruction, it is the clearing force, sweeping away doubt, hesitation, and delay to reveal the path toward what is yours. Remain connected here, your path is shifting. The corridors of your life are alive with unseen energy. Each door you have not yet opened, every shadow that lingered in the corners of your efforts, each night spent in quiet endurance has been shaping the alignment necessary for the sudden arrival of what you seek. This luxury, this manifestation, carries meaning far beyond its material form. It is a signal, a confirmation, a visible emblem of alignment, recognition, and the fruits of spiritual and practical diligence. The storm rattles against the edges of your consciousness, yet within you, a steady warmth hums, the anticipation of movement, the resonance of preparation ready to be unlocked. A Capricorn entrepreneur in our time faced a similar threshold. For years, they worked in silence, building skills, networks, and capital quietly while life seemed ordinary. Then came a shift, a contract, a meeting, a sudden favor from an unexpected source that altered the trajectory entirely. Doors opened that had never existed in perception before. Wealth flowed, not simply as a reward, but as a manifestation of alignment, intuition, and decisive action. The vehicle they had once dreamed of, a symbol of accomplishment and status, appeared in their life, almost impossibly, but it was always a reflection of the movement within them. You are approaching such a juncture, though the door has yet to swing fully open. The mountain before you is alive with meaning. It is not merely rock and stone, it is a representation of challenges overcome, patience endured, and readiness formed. Shadows drape its slopes, but they mark direction rather than deter progress. Keys shimmer in hidden crevices, waiting for the awareness and courage to reach them. The storm, though fierce, pulses with a rhythm that aligns with the heartbeat of destiny itself. You feel tension in your chest, a pressure of expectation, a whisper of movement. Follow this message if it's pulling at you, for the invisible currents are arranging circumstances that will bring what has been imagined into the tangible realm. Even in celebrity examples, the pattern repeats. Oprah Winfrey, navigating obscurity, discrimination, and repeated rejection, moved through life with a keen sense of spiritual alignment and recognition of opportunity. When she seized an opening, one that seemed small, almost inconsequential, it became the threshold through which abundance flowed. The luxury she eventually attained, and the empire that followed, was not granted randomly. It arrived in perfect timing, a sudden manifestation of readiness and action. Your journey resonates with this same rhythm. The reward is imminent, but the recognition, the alignment, and the readiness must meet the moment with courage. There is a pulse in the corridors of your inner life, Capricorn, a vibration that hums beneath the surface of awareness. Shadows twist along walls, lights flicker at the edges, and the mountains you have climbed whisper secrets about doors yet unseen. You have carried burdens, responsibilities, and visions in secret, each step a preparation for the sudden appearance of what you desire. This is the rhythm of manifestation, an intersection of patience, alignment, and bold recognition of opportunity. The storm around you is a herald, the shadows are guides, and the key in your hand vibrates with latent power. The biblical parable of the talents resonates here. Wealth, opportunity, and manifestation arrive not merely as chance, but as acknowledgement of faith, diligence, and courage. Solomon's wisdom, Joseph's rise, David's triumph, they all illustrate sudden alignment between preparation and opportunity. You are on the cusp of such alignment. Every disciplined step, every patient wait. Every quiet hour has been forming a resonance that will make the sudden arrival inevitable. The mountain trembles, the storm swells, and the key in your hand recognizes its moment. Your Capricorn spirit resists risk, favors control, and values precision, yet destiny often demands the unexpected, the sudden, the bold. A luxury you have imagined, a vehicle of success, influence, and recognition, is not distant. It vibrates in the unseen, awaiting your movement, your readiness, your alignment. The storm clears just enough to reveal outlines of doors, the shadows draw back to hint at pathways, and the key pulses warmly in your hand. You feel it in the tightening of your chest, the quickening of your pulse, the electric hum that runs along your spine. The moment is near, though the chamber beyond the door is still veiled, shimmering just beyond full comprehension. The mountain shifts beneath you, not collapsing but bending, forming a bridge between preparation and sudden manifestation. Corridors stretch, doors glow faintly, and shadows whisper of what is possible. Your history of patience, endurance, and meticulous effort converges here. The storm above mirrors the tremors within. The key in your hand is both literal and symbolic. It is not yet turned, yet it hums with possibility. Every step taken, every obstacle overcome, every long night endured resonates in this moment, creating the conditions for a sudden, tangible reward. Remain connected here, your path is shifting. The corridors vibrate with energy, the locked door shimmers in anticipation, and the key thrums with latent power. You sense the alignment of forces unseen, the culmination of preparation, intention, and divine timing. Even the shadows that linger are part of the architecture, marking thresholds rather than barriers. The storm pulses with a rhythm that resonates with opportunity, calling forth the courage and discernment that your Capricorn spirit embodies. The key feels alive, warm, insistent, almost demanding to be turned. A story echoes from history. Thomas Edison, facing countless failed experiments, sudden setbacks, and persistent doubt, struck one final alignment with insight and action. The result was light, literal illumination, manifested suddenly, though preparation had spanned years. Wealth, recognition, and influence followed as a reflection of courage meeting opportunity. Your journey parallels this rhythm. Every shadow endured, every mountain climbed, every storm weathered has prepared the terrain for the sudden arrival of your desires. The key in your hand is humming in resonance with this truth, waiting for the turn that unleashes manifestation. The corridors stretch infinitely, the door glimmers faintly, and the mountain bends to form a bridge of opportunity. You feel the pulse in your bones, the trembling in your chest, the electric hum that rises with anticipation. Shadows shift, storm clouds part just enough to reveal light, and the key vibrates with the frequency of imminent alignment. Your discipline, patience, and intuition converge, forming a resonance that the ordinary cannot perceive. The luxury you desire, the vehicle you have imagined, is poised to manifest, but the final act of recognition and courage is still required. The chamber behind the door shimmers faintly, a promise and a challenge intertwined. Shadows stretch along the floor, reaching for the courage in your hand. The storm still rages at the edges, yet the key pulses with life. Every step you have taken, every night spent in patience, every lesson learned in quiet endurance converges in this moment. The mountain, the corridors, the locked door, they all align. The key is warm, alive, and insistent. And as you lift it to the lock, the air thickens, the storm pauses, and a presence, ancient, powerful, and unyielding, brushes against the edge of your awareness, signaling that what is coming is far greater than you have ever imagined. The door quivers beneath your hand, the shadows twist in anticipation, the storm hums with the rhythm of opportunity, and the key pulses in perfect resonance. You feel the weight of destiny pressing against your shoulders, the corridors vibrating with potential, the mountain bending to reveal the hidden path. The chamber beyond flickers with brilliance just beyond full sight, the luxury you have longed for shimmering in the unseen. And in that suspended moment, as your breath catches and the key is poised to turn, the air thickens, alive with the energy of sudden, unstoppable manifestation, waiting for the courage of your final move to unlock it fully. A hush moves through the corridors of your life, Capricorn, a silence that carries weight and meaning, heavy with anticipation and electric with unseen currents. The mountains you have scaled, each path carved by patience, discipline, and unyielding focus, now cast shadows that stretch into places you have not yet dared to enter. Every sacrifice you have carried, every long night spent in quiet endurance, has been preparing the landscape for a sudden and undeniable shift. If your spirit feels this awakening, stay close, for what is arriving is neither ordinary nor delayed. It is perfectly timed. The storm gathers at the edges of your perception, winds thrumming like the pulse of an unseen hand guiding your journey. Shadows twist along the edges of the mountains, reminding you of challenges once faced and obstacles that now serve as markers, not barriers. There is a key in your hand, worn by time yet alive with potential, humming faintly against your palm, vibrating with the rhythm of what is to come. Every tremor in the earth beneath you, every flicker of movement in the unseen corridors of your life, signals that the threshold is near, waiting for recognition and the courage to step forward. Consider the real-life journey of a Capricorn who rose from obscurity to influence and wealth. Denzel Washington, navigating a world that often underestimated him, moved through shadows of rejection, critique, and delayed opportunity. Each audition, each small role, each unseen effort built the foundation for the sudden arrival of recognition and material abundance. In one decisive moment, he was handed a part that would transform not only his career, but the perception of an entire industry. Your journey mirrors this rhythm, Capricorn, the reward you have longed for, the vehicle, the luxury, the tangible emblem of your achievements, is approaching, hidden yet pulsing in the unseen. Biblical patterns echo across this narrative. Joseph, confined by betrayal and circumstances beyond his control, carried visions that the world could not see. In Pharaoh's palace, all the years of quiet preparation, discipline, and unseen faith aligned to produce sudden elevation, wealth, and authority. David, hiding in caves while enemies assumed his end, was elevated at the precise moment divine timing intersected with bold action. These patterns are not historical relics, they are alive within your journey. Your mountain, your storm, your shadows, and your keys are signaling the same principle. Alignment and readiness invite sudden manifestation. The corridors of your inner life pulse with unseen energy. Every door you have not yet approached, every shadow that has lingered in corners, every late night spent in quiet endurance has been forming resonance for this moment. This luxury, this manifestation, carries meaning beyond the material. It is a reflection of alignment, spiritual readiness, and the tangible fruit of years of patient effort. The storm outside mirrors the one within, a tumultuous force that sweeps away hesitation, doubt, and delay, leaving the path clear for sudden movement. Follow this message if it's pulling at you, for the pulse of opportunity is arriving with invisible force. Historical echoes affirm the pattern. Consider explorers like Columbus venturing into vast unknowns, guided by intuition, preparation, and faith. The ocean was treacherous, mutiny threatened from within, storms raged without, yet his audacious step brought discovery, wealth, and legacy. Your situation reflects this archetype. The familiar terrain of daily routine, the mountains of expectation and responsibility, are giving way to thresholds of opportunity that will appear sudden, almost imperceptible to those untrained in the language of alignment. The key you hold, both literal and symbolic, vibrates with this potential. Your Capricorn energy, disciplined and cautious, has been both shield and compass. The patience you have cultivated, the meticulous attention to detail, the hours spent in preparation, are now converging with forces beyond your sight. The luxury you desire, the vehicle of your ambitions, is not a dream delayed. It is a current in motion, a river swelling behind a dam that is ready to break. You feel tension, a pressure beneath your ribs, as though your chest carries the rhythm of the unfolding miracle. Every shadow, every tremor, every mountain you have traversed has etched a blueprint for this arrival. Consider the story of a modern Capricorn entrepreneur, laboring in silence, stacking skill upon skill, network upon network, while life seemed ordinary. Then came a sudden opportunity, a meeting, a contract, a chance encounter, and the trajectory of their life shifted irreversibly. The vehicle they had long imagined, once a symbol of distant ambition, appeared almost effortlessly, a tangible manifestation of alignment meeting action. This is the rhythm of your own life, Capricorn. You are approaching a threshold where preparation, intuition, and audacity intersect, though the door is still veiled in shadow. The storm above bends to reveal the contours of the mountain in ways previously invisible. Corridors stretch ahead, lined with doors whose locks hum with latent potential. Shadows that once obscured paths now mark them, hinting at the exact movements required. The key in your hand vibrates, alive with the weight of unseen alignment, responsive to the readiness you carry. Every step taken, every patient endurance, every quiet night has been forming the exact frequency required to unlock what has long been promised. Celebrity patterns mirror these truths. Oprah Winfrey, navigating obscurity and repeated rejection, remained alert to subtle signals, unseen opportunities, and divine alignment. When she acted upon a seemingly small opening, the world shifted. Fame, influence, and wealth poured in, far exceeding her previous imagination. Your journey carries the same cadence. What you have longed for, the luxury, the recognition, the tangible emblem of achievement, is pulsing just beyond perception, waiting for the recognition, alignment, and courage that you alone can provide. There is a vibration beneath your ribs, Capricorn, a tremor that resonates with anticipation. The shadows along the corridors of your life are twisting, not to obscure but to highlight. The mountains you have climbed, once impassable, now bend and fold into passageways. The storm that has seemed relentless is parting in measured intervals, revealing flashes of light along previously hidden routes. The key in your hand hums with potential. The universe pulses with readiness. Follow the rhythm of your intuition, the subtle whispers that guide you towards sudden movement. Even the parables of wealth and readiness in Scripture align with this rhythm. The talents entrusted, the wisdom granted, the favors of God revealed through timing and alignment, all underscore a principle that your Capricorn spirit has long understood. Patience is essential, but recognition and action at the appointed moment are transformative. The vehicle you have imagined is more than metal and leather. It is a manifestation of spiritual alignment, readiness, and the tangible reflection of years spent in deliberate preparation. Your heart quickens as corridors stretch endlessly, doors shimmer faintly, and shadows twist to reveal contours invisible to the ordinary eye. The storm pulses with the rhythm of possibility, calling forth courage, discernment, and insight. The key is warm, alive, insistent, almost demanding to be turned. You feel the pulse of alignment, the vibration of potential, and the pressure of destiny converge in the exact moment before motion. Every mountain, every storm, every shadow you have endured has prepared the terrain for sudden elevation, yet the final move remains unclaimed. Historical examples confirm this pattern. Thomas Edison, after countless failed experiments, struck alignment with insight and action in a single pivotal moment. The light that followed was sudden, undeniable, and transformative. Wealth, recognition, and influence accompanied the manifestation, flowing naturally from the preparation that had gone unseen for years. Your situation mirrors this same rhythm. Every patient effort, every shadowed hour, every mountain climbed carries the weight of readiness. The key in your hand recognizes this, humming in perfect resonance. The corridors stretch infinitely, the door glimmers faintly, and the mountain bends to form a bridge. You feel the pulse in your chest, the tremor in your hands, the electric hum along your spine. Shadows twist at the edges, storm clouds part just enough to reveal light, and the key vibrates in sync with the universe itself. The discipline, patience, and intuition that define your Capricorn energy converge, forming a resonance that ordinary perception cannot detect. The luxury you desire, the vehicle you have envisioned, waits to manifest, yet the act of recognition, the decisive motion, has yet to occur. The chamber beyond the door shimmers, a blend of promise and challenge. Shadows stretch across the floor, reaching for the courage in your grasp. The storm lingers at the edges, but calms in the center, forming a perfect channel for manifestation. Every step, every sacrifice, every silent night spent in preparation converges in this suspended moment. The mountain, the corridors, the locked door, they all align. The key pulses with life and potential. And as your hand lifts, poised to turn it, the air thickens, alive with ancient energy, signaling that what awaits is far greater than you have imagined. The door trembles beneath your hand, the shadows twist in anticipation, the storm hums with rhythm, and the key vibrates with life. You feel destiny pressing, corridors humming, mountains bending, and the luxury you have longed for shimmering just beyond perception. Every trial, every patient endurance, every shadowed hour has prepared this moment. And in that suspended second, as your breath catches and the key is poised to turn, the energy surrounding you thickens, alive, insistent, unstoppable, ready to deliver the sudden manifestation of all that has been quietly, patiently, unrelentingly prepared. A stillness descends across your life, Capricorn, thicker than any storm you have weathered, yet vibrant with the pulse of destiny. The mountains that have towered over your path are not barriers, they are sentinels, each peak and ridge a silent testament to every sacrifice, every burden carried, and every hour spent in patient preparation. Shadows stretch and coil at their bases, moving with intention, hinting at corridors you have yet to traverse. The key you clutch has been waiting, its warmth growing as it resonates with the quiet strength you have honed over years. Follow this message if it's pulling at you, for the currents beneath the surface of your life are shifting with unstoppable force. The air trembles with a tension that cannot be seen, but is felt in the tightening of your chest, the subtle vibration of your spine, the rhythmic quickening of your pulse. Each heartbeat marks alignment, each breath draws you closer to thresholds unseen. Storm clouds gather at the edge of perception, echoing the unrest that has long simmered in your spirit. And yet within that turbulence, there is a harmony that only the prepared can sense, a vibration that signals the approach of opportunity, sudden yet inevitable, a reward that aligns with years of discipline and unspoken endurance. If your spirit feels this awakening, stay close, for the unseen is moving toward the tangible. Consider the journey of a Capricorn whose story mirrors your own unseen path. Jay-Z, walking through the streets of Brooklyn, faced doors closed by society, doubt, and circumstance. Each setback, each delay, each whispered rejection was shaping a rhythm only he could perceive. Then, in one decisive moment, a contract was handed over, an opportunity appeared that altered the trajectory of a life previously defined by struggle. The luxury, the freedom, the symbol of achievement he long imagined, appeared as if summoned by alignment, timing, and recognition of the signs. You stand in a similar shadowed corridor, the key vibrates, the door hums, and the mountain is bending in anticipation. Historical echoes affirm this rhythm. Alexander the Great stood at the precipice of unknown lands, with storms raging above and treachery lurking below. Yet he moved with audacity, intuition, and alignment that few could comprehend. The mountains before him, once obstacles, became bridges. The shadows of uncertainty marked the passage rather than obscured it. Your current journey mirrors this energy. The mountains you have climbed, the storms you have endured, and the shadows you have navigated are not hindrances. They are coordinates pointing towards sudden elevation, sudden manifestation, sudden recognition of that which has long been gestating in unseen spaces. The biblical resonance is undeniable. Joseph, betrayed and imprisoned, carried visions and dreams the world could not see. Pharaoh's palace awaited, but the arrival was sudden, catalytic, and aligned with every step of preparation, every act of patience, every moment of hidden endurance. David, in caves, underestimated, plotted by enemies, was elevated by a moment of divine timing intersecting with bold action. The corridors of your life, Capricorn, echo these same principles. Patience, discipline, preparation, and discernment converge with the arrival of sudden manifestation. The key you hold, the door before you, the mountain beneath your feet, are all aligned in ways you have yet to fully perceive. Real-life echoes vibrate across time. Consider Oprah Winfrey, navigating years of quiet labor, rejection, and unseen struggle, recognizing subtle signs that guided her to pivotal opportunity. What seemed small, a chance, a conversation, a shift in circumstance, became catalytic. Wealth, influence, and the tangible manifestation of a long-imagined life arrived suddenly, though the foundations had been meticulously laid in shadowed work. Your journey mirrors this rhythm. Every burden you have carried, every long night of preparation, every hesitant step, has shaped the exact resonance required for sudden elevation. The luxury, the symbol, the tangible manifestation of your aspirations is waiting beyond the door that trembles faintly in anticipation. The corridors of your mind and spirit hum with energy. Shadows that once obscured clarity now mark direction. Storms that raged in your environment and within have shaped channels for opportunity. The mountain beneath you, once formidable and unyielding, is bending to form a bridge over thresholds previously unrecognized. The key vibrates insistently, alive with potential, responding to the alignment you have cultivated over years of diligence. You feel the pressure, the pull, the urgency of readiness. Follow this message if it's pulling at you, for the unseen currents are orchestrating the precise convergence of timing, preparation, and courage. Even the subtle psychological patterns of your Capricorn spirit converge in this moment. The caution, discipline, and foresight that define you have both protected and prepared you. Every hesitation, every calculation, every patient pause was a rehearsal for the exact action required in this threshold. A luxury you have long imagined, a vehicle of freedom, status, and tangible recognition, awaits your recognition and decisive movement. The storm outside mirrors the rhythm of your inner world. The shadows are guides, not obstacles. The key hums, the mountain bends, the corridors stretch, and the door vibrates with the weight of imminent revelation. Historical reflections deepen the resonance. Thomas Edison, after countless failed experiments, struck alignment in a singular moment. Light burst forth, wealth and recognition followed, but only because preparation, persistence, and intuition converged in perfect timing. Your trajectory mirrors this cadence. Years of patient labor, careful observation, and disciplined endurance have formed the precise frequency necessary for sudden manifestation. The luxury you envision is poised in the unseen. Its presence hinted at in subtle synchronizations, signs, and movements that you have felt but not yet fully acknowledged. Biblical alignment remains vivid. The parables of talents, of wisdom and stewardship, of rewards following preparation, echo your path. Solomon received wealth and wisdom not as accident, but as culmination of preparation meeting divine timing. Joseph received promotion not as chance, but as reward for hidden endurance. David's victory arrived when readiness intersected with opportunity. Your journey resonates with this pattern. The shadows, the mountains, the keys, the corridors, all form a lattice through which sudden elevation can move. The luxury, the manifestation, the tangible reward, is a reflection of alignment, courage, and recognition in a precise moment of divine orchestration. The corridors stretch, infinite yet tangible in your perception. The door glimmers, humming softly, responding to the vibration of readiness you have cultivated. Shadows twist along the edges, marking thresholds. The storm pulses with rhythm, creating channels for manifestation. The key is warm, insistent, vibrating with life. You sense the convergence of preparation and timing, of discipline and opportunity. The mountain bends to form a bridge, the corridors widen, and the door trembles with anticipation. Every sacrifice, every quiet night, every hidden struggle aligns for the arrival of that which you have long envisioned. Real-life patterns resonate again. Consider a Capricorn entrepreneur, working unseen, stacking skill, knowledge, and network over years of quiet labor. Suddenly, a meeting, a contract, an opportunity appears, seemingly minor, almost random, but it catalyzes wealth and recognition, aligning perfectly with all prior effort. The luxury, the manifestation, the reward imagined for years, arrives as a sudden, undeniable confirmation of patience meeting opportunity. You are positioned on the same cusp, though the threshold is still veiled, the chamber beyond shimmering in partial perception, awaiting recognition and action. Your Capricorn spirit senses the rhythm, the pulse, the subtle movements of energy that others cannot perceive. The storm above and within mirrors the tension of anticipation. The shadows twist to reveal direction. The key in your hand hums with life, responding to alignment, courage, and readiness. Every mountain climbed, every obstacle endured, every patient step, every quiet night has shaped the resonance required for manifestation. The vehicle, the luxury, the tangible symbol of achievement, is poised just beyond the door, yet it awaits the decisive moment of recognition. The mountain beneath you bends subtly, forming a bridge. Corridors stretch, doors shimmer, and shadows pulse with subtle guidance. The storm grows in intensity, yet it is part of the orchestration, clearing paths previously hidden. The key vibrates insistently, alive with the energy of imminent alignment. The pulse in your chest quickens, the air thickens with the weight of potential. Every sacrifice, every night of preparation, every burden carried converges here. Follow this message if it's pulling at you, for the universe is orchestrating a sudden manifestation that aligns with your deepest vision. The chamber beyond the door shimmers faintly, a blend of promise and challenge. Shadows stretch across the floor, the storm pauses at the edges, and the key thrums with energy. Every act of preparation, every patient endurance, every quiet night converges in this suspended moment. The mountain, the corridors, the locked door, they align. The key is warm, insistent, alive. And as your hand lifts, poised to turn it, the air thickens with ancient energy, signaling that what is arriving is far beyond what you have imagined. The door quivers, shadows twist in anticipation, the storm hums in alignment, and the key vibrates with life. Destiny presses against your shoulders, the corridors hum, the mountain bends, and the luxury you have long imagined shimmers just beyond perception. Every trial, every endurance, every shadowed hour has prepared this precise moment. And in the suspended breath before your hand turns the key, the energy around you coils, alive and insistent, ready to deliver the sudden, unstoppable manifestation of all that you have quietly, patiently, and relentlessly prepared for.